Houston, Texas, home to technological and cultural advances, but for everything going on in this city, the hub is bathed in burnt orange, and it is DKR and the Texas Longhorns. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Horned Frogs will kick it off to get us underway. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down for this offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now, defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, this secondary, they look like they're struggling trying to handle the run game.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Ewers. Wide open downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Tight ends nowadays, they're oversized wide receivers. They run routes like wide receivers. They make people miss now in space. They're guys that are now featured in offenses where in the past that wasn't the case.
From the gun, running back gets to give. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass?
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it, and right now he's doing some damage on this defense.
They go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollack.
Yeah, it's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of stand. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. scanning the field. It's Ewers. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponents. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their mind.
The ball's free. The defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. And the quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. But you do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed.
That's a live ball. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
You get that sudden change where your defense just forced a turnover. Now you want to be aggressive, go get points, capitalize on the momentum. And you give the ball right back to the defense. Terrible job by this offense. Come on, you got to take advantage of those opportunities.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Quarterback will keep it. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Sweet cut there. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Now he's looking to throw it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking downfield, it's Ewers. On the move, he fires. Ball in the air, intercepted. Trying to take it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Sanders. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running to the left. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. 2 totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy, woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game?
A shot toward the end zone. Fires and picked off. Bringing it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open grain, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Direct snap. Powers through the defender. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bolden.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And the Longhorns get it past the sticks.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
They'll leave it with him. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Quick pass on the jet motion. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking for a gap. It's Payne. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. Finds his target down the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Pulls and fired complete. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. The back goes in motion. Going up top on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That is just great total defense on that play. First off, you get pressure, you get to hit the quarterback. But 2, you've got the intended target double covered. There is no way the offense was coming up with a completion on that play.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
And on a corner route like that, the ball has got to come out quickly. That football is going to travel a long distance. So you got to get it out quick. You got to put enough air under the football so your receiver can locate it. Nice job executing between those 2.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got it behind the line. It's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. To the air. It's Hoover. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle on offense.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll start this drive firing. That's caught. It's Baxter. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to go up top on first down. With the catch, it's held. Discards him with the stiff arm. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Oh, he's going to go for the return. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that is how you stop the jet sweep if you're on defense. You get penetration up front. Yeah, they're going to try to outflank you, but they can't do anything about it if you got dudes up front winning one.
Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Got the quick pass. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done then.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Jumped on top of the pile.
And I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and manageable. Nice job getting the run. Not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. And you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on fourth down. They'll go with a direct snap. And the Longhorns will move the sticks. Probably the only people upset about going for it on fourth down, the punters, who don't seem to see the field as much as they used to.
Not when you've got a running back like that. He just has like a sixth sense. He always seems like he can just find the crease, especially in these short yardage situations. He comes up with a huge play there on fourth down.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for room, it's Baxter. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to get the edge on the right. Trucks through the defender. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I don't think the defense was expecting an outside run there. Offensively, they go with the toss play, and the running back's able to get to the outside and downfield. It was too late before the defense was able to tackle him out of bounds.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Ewers. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. How about that alert? Defense to corral that fumble.
This is why, during the week, during practice, quarterbacks wear green jerseys. They don't get hit. We're not allowed to hit him in practice. We get in trouble if we hit him in practice. Not used to taking shots. Probably one of the reasons why he coughed up the football.
The give to the tailback. They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
TCU 3, Texas 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Makes the catch. It's Cook. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
To the air, it's Hoover. Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
And with that incompletion, it now sets up a very interesting decision for the head coach, right? You've got a narrow lead. You kick the field goal now, you force the opponent to have to at least score a touchdown to retake the lead. But you can also seize a lot of momentum if you get it here on 4th and short. If you're able to score a touchdown, this is a completely different game.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. He uncorks one deep. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you've got to be so careful with your decision-making. And that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
At the 45, on his way. Oh, he dropped it. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Everything broke down. The quarterback tried to bail them out, but he ended up making things worse when he fumbled.
Yeah, I like the quarterback and his athleticism, extending the play and at least giving himself the chance, but you got to finish. You still have to do a good job taking care of the football. That's priority number 1, and he wasn't able to do that.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. A designed run for the quarterback. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Back to throw, it's Hoover. Gets open down the middle. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. And the Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You see all this movement in football now. All the stem in the defensive line. They're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Makes his connection. Open runway ahead. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Longhorn! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play of the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
And he's going to run it back. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the 1st down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. To the air on 1st down. Got a man, it's Williams. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the 1st down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Hoover. Using the quick game. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Looking to move it through the air. Fires left. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Great job by the defense. Not closing the door completely, but stopping the momentum late in the game when you already got a lead. Nice job, D.
On the run, it's Baxter. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And now on second down for this offense. Right back to it. And they'll find their way back to the line of scrimmage, and now it's time to find their way back to the locker room as this game is over. It's really easy to get